Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Will. Today is first video of the new year. So first of all, Happy New Year to everybody. Hope you all had a great holiday. So what are we going to do today? So I'll change the overhead camera and let you have a look. So I'll change the overhead camera and let you have a look at this piece. It's a piece of Laburnum, and some of you might recognize it from a past video. So this was a lovely vase I turned, I'm not sure, probably 6 weeks ago, 5-6 weeks ago. It was the other half of this log. So it had gotten quite punky, so I did use the best piece of it. So I'll just stick that on one side and we'll just take a look at this. As you can see, it has a lot of decay in the middle. So it's not really good for much, and the same here. But if you look here, it has a nice band of good material here. So that's all I want for this project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a pot, a spatula pot. I watched over Christmas, I think it was Thomas Lab done a videos, I think it was for the 4-waste project. So I have some spatulas and some spurtles. I have a fistful of them here, so for a pal of mine. So I want to make a nice little pot so as I can put these in. So if I can get about, say, 7 inches would be loads, and hopefully I will. So, but there is a cavity here, and it goes down quite a way. So as you can see, I could just keep going. So the middle of it is quite rotten, but there is good. It's going at a slope, so I'm hoping I've got good material. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to cut a small piece off here on the bandsaw. I reckon about 7 inches will do me, and we can get it mounted in the lathe then and make a start. So I'll meet you back here in the lathe just as soon as I get this cut. Now guys, that's the piece cut. So you see, the hole was way out near the edge, so I wouldn't have got a sphere from that. So that's no good. So if you look at this piece, as I said, the hole is going at an angle. So I have some good wood here, so I'm hopeful of getting a piece. So we'll get it marked up and I'll mount it between centers, and I can get a tenon on it. See where I can get the best wood from. I think it's more over this way. Yeah, it's hard to know. Yeah, I think there somewhere. So as you can see, guys, it's quite rotting in the middle. I've already marked here. I'll just double check. Yeah, in around there. So now I have a 4-prong drive in the chuck here, so I'm hoping it's going to grip this, and I have a little ring center on the tailstock end. So we'll give it a go and see what happens. So the ring center is pushing into the punky wood, so that's not going to do. I'll change that out. And that one is a bit better. Now I think that's nice and secure. We'll give it a go and see what happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put too much stress on this because it is pretty weak between my mounting points. So I'm just going to concentrate on maybe getting a tenon on it and get it into the chuck. I'll feel a bit safer then. So doing about 700 RPM. So I'm going to start off with a 5/8 inch ball gouge. I grab my parting tool. It's a 10mm beating and parting tool. And I'm down to good wood all the way around, so just grab calipers. So now I have my caliper set, and I have a little bit more to go. So that's just fitting now. So I need to dovetail that slightly. I'm happy with that. So you can see how far in the 4-prong drive went. The other guy went right in as well, because I said the wood was quite punky. So now, nice and secure in the chuck. So now we can make it round. So I'm going to start off with a spindle roughing gouge. Yes, it's 1.25 inch spindle roughing gouge. So now I'm down to pretty decent wood there now. So it's actually quite nice. Nice band of sapwood here, slight different colour. So I think I'm going to stop there. Next job, I'm going to throw up this end. So, little diamond parting tool. I'll bring the speed up a little bit now, the piece is balanced. So I'm turning about 1400 RPM. So as you can see, the end is really badly decayed. So what I'm going to do is, guys, I'm going to run a forcing a bit down and take out most of that material. See what have I got. So the piece is just shy of 7 inches. But if I have 6.5 inches, I'd be quite happy. So I'll start off with this, what size is it? 1 3/8. Yeah, someone's going to ask me what that is in millimeters. So we'll check. 35 millimeters, right? Now turn the speed down. Always drill in around 500-600 RPM. So it's just doing 600 there. So you can see the material that's coming out of it is completely rotten. Now switch over to the next one. This is a 50mm, which is 2 inch. So I've gone in just under 5 inches. So I can go I'll go a little bit more. So we're in as far as here. So I'm going to hollow the inside of this out now, down as far as there. So as you can see, we've this band of good material here, so that's what I was hoping that would be left. We'll get rid of most of this rotted material, and hopefully we'll get a nice spatula pot. So I have a 1-inch square inch scraper, so I'm just going to go in a little bit of the ways with this first, and then I'll switch to a longer hollowing tool. But this will just get me started. So I can bring the speed up about, so I'm doing about 1200 RPM. So now guys, I'm just taking about 2-3 mil at a time going down along. And it's a standard scraper, it's not negative rake, so the handle is nice and high. So I've got a nice bit out so far, and I've gone down pretty much the length of the tool. As I said, I'm just taking a couple of mil each time. So I still have a wall thickness of 18 mil. So I need to get that down a bit more. So I'm in about 3.75 of an inch. So I'm going to have to switch over to a heavier tool. As I said, this one is, it's only 14 centimeters or 5.5. So I got it down quite a ways. But again, guys, if you're going to use one, you just take it in really small amounts. Or ideal, if I had a 4-inch forcing bit, it would be good, but I don't. So I've really good material there. Although just one spot here, it's not so good, but I might take it in another little bit, and hopefully it might get rid of it. We'll see how we go. Unfortunately, guys, with the bit that's down the bottom, there's not much to see. I don't think even the light will help. Let's go. Switch over to this is the Easy Wood Pro Hollower. It's the big long one. So as you can see, it's quite hefty. So that should get me down where I need to go. So I'll just put a pencil mark on it. So I'm down near enough to my pencil mark, but I think anything that's left I'll get from the other side. So I'm down, yeah, I'm definitely down to the pencil mark anyway. So I'm happy with that. But again, I want to reduce this wall thickness another little bit. So guys, I'm happy with that. I've good wood all the way. Get my hand in now. So a little over 3.5 inch opening, which is nice, just perfect. So guys, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sand this section in about 4.5 inches, and we'll get it flipped around, and I can hollow the rest in from the other side. So what I didn't say at the start of the video, guys, this will be a two-part project. I will be turning a base for this as well. So I'll get this sanded and I'll take you back when we're ready to flip it around. So guys, that's the piece all sanded. I sanded up to my usual 400 grit. Although the inside I just went up to 240 because there's not much of it going to be seen. So it came up really, really nice. So now, get it out of the chuck. And as you can see, we still have a little bit left in the bottom. So I'm going to grip this in expansion mode in a different chuck. So I need to get rid of this guy. Yeah, it wasn't going to fit. So I have the Axminster 114, and these are they're deep gripper jaws or shark type jaws. So these are the closest I have to it. So that should hold. Although I don't want to put any marks, so I might put some paper towel in. So we'll just put a piece of paper towel around it. Although that's a noise you don't want to hear. It's cracking. So we'll chance that. So now I'll start by parting this off. So it's running quite true. So I'm just doing 1000 RPM. So little diamond parting tool. So now, time to hollow out this end. As you can see, it is quite punky. So back to our Jacob's chuck and our 2-inch Forstner bit. So now I'm in all the way with the Forstner bit. So now back to my little 1-inch scraper. I could see something going around. It was a little piece from the Forstner bit. So now I'm getting down near enough to where I need to be. So I probably have another 1/4 of an inch to go. So again guys, I'm taking real light cuts with the scraper. I'm only taking about 1 millimeter now at a time because I'm quite a ways over from the chuck, and I didn't put too much pressure on it because I don't want to crack it, because I'm expanding out. So we'll take it slow. So now guys, I'm down where I need to be. I just came into the other cut. There's a tiny little lip. I can just feel it with my finger there, but I'm confident that I can sand that away quite easily. I can get the little, that's the Simon Hope inertia sander, so I'll be able to get that in there to sand that quite easily. So yeah, turned out quite nice. There's another way, guys, you can do this if you don't have a chuck this size. You could make your base and glue it in to the other end with a good quality wood glue and put a tenon on it, and so you'll be able to grip it that way and then finish this way. But just, I had that chuck there, so that's the only reason I done it this way. Other than that, I would have glued the base on. But again guys, I'm just going to sand the end of this, or the inside of this, and I'll take you back then when we're ready to proceed to the next stage. So now that's the piece all sanded. I sanded up to 400 grit on the outside, and I went up to about I think it was 320 was the last one I used on the inside. So quite happy with the finish. So we'll just check now, and hopefully these jaws haven't marked the piece. So a piece of paper towel might have done the job, and it has. Or has it? I think we're quite good. Yes, perfect. Perfect. So as I said, this is going to be the top. So I just chamfered it slightly while sanding, and the bottom is nice and crisp, but I think it might have started to move a little bit. No, it's not too bad. It looked like it was starting to go over, but it's not. That's quite good. So now, guys, for to make a base, get rid of this. I have a couple of pieces of wood here. So I have a nice little piece of spalted beech. So I think that might look nice. What else have I? Have a little bit of oak. So it's a nice little bit of pippy oak, so a little bit of burr in it. So I think that might make a nice little plate. So yeah, you won't see that inside in the pot. So I think that'll be quite wasteful. And a bit of ash. Maybe the ash might look nice. But, yeah, I think the beech. I think the beech might look okay, because you've got the two contrasts in colours between the spalting, similar to what we have going on here. So yeah, it might look quite nice. So yeah, we'll go with the beech. So I'll just throw these to one side. So I'll drill a small hole in this, and we'll just mount it on a little worm screw and a little SC2 chuck. And I don't need all that screw thread, so we'll put on a little spacer. So now, first job, throw it up and I'll get it around. So I'll start off with a 3/8 inch bore gouge. And I'm down to round all the way. So now I'm going to put a recess in the bottom. So now 1/4 inch parting tool. And just dovetail slightly with the skew. And we're nice and concave, so that will do nicely. So I'm going to leave the recess in the bottom, so I might just add a little tiny bit of decoration. So now I need to sand up the base because I won't get access to it again. So now that's nice and clean. And that's not marking that, which is perfect. A light pinch, doesn't need much. So now, first job, flatten this off. So now, nice and flat, and it's nice and round. So we'll see how thick of a base I want. So that will be the overall look. So I think I can take about another 1/4 of an inch off. I think it will be okay. And then I can recess a small amount just to let this sit in. So now, just down to the pencil mark. Again, 1/4 inch parting tool. Check for a fit. So a little bit off. A little bit more. It's always better to creep up on it. So it's nearly there. Another tiny little bit. So that's a nice snug fit there now. So I'm just going to take this a little bit deeper. I'm just going to switch to a little 1-inch shear scraper. So now that's just the right depth, what I need. So I think I might just round this over a little bit. Or should I leave it a straight edge? Boom, boom. Decisions. Nah, I don't like it straight. I think I'll put a little curve on it. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. So now, I'll get this sanded up. So now that's the piece all sanded again up to 400 grit. So a nice little bit of spalted beech. So a little bit of decoration at the bottom, so the recess can stay. So I think the spalted beech lines will complement the piece of Laburnum. So it's just a nice snug fit. So that will sit nicely. So what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to put a bit of wood glue on this, and I will leave it for a half an hour or an hour, say, just to set up, and we can look at getting a finish on it. But yeah, so far I'm liking it. So you can see a nice little bit of spalting down the bottom as well. Not that you'll see that when it's full, but yeah, nice bit of wood. So now, guys, I've left the piece clamped for give or take half an hour. So hopefully glue should have set enough. So I've no overspill with the glue. I used Tight Bond 2. So that has set nicely. So now for a finish, guys, I'm thinking of Danish oil. So I have it's Ruston's Danish oil. So we'll give that a go. So I have a bit in a little pot here. I'll grab some paper towel. So we'll do the inside first. So not much to see on the inside. So there's all that beautiful colour. That is a gorgeous piece of Laburnum. I was glad I was able to save it because it's such brutal timber. And it's hard to get it in any decent size. Usually it's mostly only little bits of branch wood I can get. But see, there's beautiful chatoyance in that wood as well in places, so which is really nice. I will get a couple of coats on over the next couple of days, but we'll get one on now and we'll just wipe off the excess, and it'll give us a general idea how the piece is going to look. So that is absolutely gorgeous. So a nice band of sapwood there as well. So that was my reason for picking the bit of beech with a tiny spalted line in it. Now we'll do the base. So I've left the recess in, guys. And it's handy, it goes down the line if the piece gets a bit grubby with use over time. It can be remounted and maybe resanded and oiled, you know, just to freshen the piece back up again. So, because as I said, it will be a utilitarian piece and it will be used. So now, what I'll do, guys, I'll just leave that sit for 10 or 15 minutes, and then I'll wipe off that excess, and we'll take a look at the finished piece then. So there you have it, guys, all done and dusted. Our nice little spatula pot with spatulas. So yeah, happy with that. I was glad I was able to save that piece of Laburnum. As I said, this was the other half of that log I had, so that made a beautiful vase as well. So yeah, chuffed I was able to get something from it, because it didn't have much going for it when I looked at it first. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video as I did turning it, and if you do, tap that like and maybe subscribe if you're not subscribed, and leave me a comment, and I shall catch you on another video. So take care, bye for now.